The glass shattered before I even knew I'd dropped it. It hit the kitchen floor, splintering into 100 glittering pieces, just like the moment I heard her voice, that cruel, drunken laugh echoing from the living room. "Ladies, you know what he said." Melissa's tone dripped mockery. "He actually told me I should rest because I looked tired. My sweet little pet husband, always fetching things, always trying to help." The laughter that followed was sharp, female, and feral. Cut through the walls, straight into my chest. I froze, still holding the dish towel, my fingers trembling. Pet husband. The phrase coiled in my stomach like a venomous snake. I'd always thought the small things I did, making her tea when she worked late, ironing her blouses, remembering her clients' names, were acts of love. But hearing her frame them as obedience, as weakness, twisted everything. When her friends left an hour later, their perfume lingering like arrogance in the air, I stayed silent. She sauntered into the kitchen, barefoot, tipsy, still smiling that smug, self-satisfied smile. "Oh, hey babe," she said, brushing her hair off her shoulder. "Sorry if we got a little loud." "A little," I said quietly. "You called me your pet." Her grin faltered. "Oh, come on, Ethan. It was a joke." "No, it wasn't." Her eyes hardened, a flash of annoyance replacing guilt. "You're too sensitive. It's not my fault you take everything personally. Maybe if you had a thicker skin, you wouldn't feel so domesticated." That word. Domesticated. I stared at her, really stared. The woman I'd built a life with, helped through grad school, supported when she started her business, reassured when her anxiety kept her up at night, was now looking at me like I was a pet she'd outgrown. "I've done everything for you," I said softly. "Do you even see that anymore?" She smirked, half laughing. "Oh, please don't start the martyr routine. You do chores, Ethan. You're not saving the world." That was it. Something inside me snapped, not in anger, but in quiet, exhausted resolve. "Okay," I said simply, my voice steady. "Then you'll be fine without me." She blinked, confusion crossing her face as I walked past her, grabbed my jacket, and headed for the door. "Wait, where are you going?" "I'm giving you what you want," I said without looking back. "Freedom from your pet." The door clicked behind me. That night I didn't go to a hotel. I slept in my car near the park where we'd first met. I thought about how different we'd been back then. How she used to laugh at my dumb jokes, how she said I made her feel safe. Somewhere along the way, being safe had become boring. Being kind had become weak. I stared out the windshield until dawn, feeling an ache I couldn't name. Love wasn't supposed to humiliate you. When I returned home the next morning, the silence that greeted me was heavy and trembling. Melissa sat at the dining table in her robe, hair messy, eyes red. The confident woman from last night was gone. "Ethan," she breathed, standing up quickly. You actually left." "Yeah," I said. "You told everyone I was your pet. I figured maybe you'd like to see what life's like without me fetching your comfort." Her lips quivered. "I didn't mean it like that. It was stupid, just banter." I looked around the kitchen. The unwashed glasses, the coffee machine blinking error, the stack of unpaid bills I usually handled. The fridge was nearly empty. The Wi-Fi had stopped working because the payment reminder was ignored. Her independence was unraveling in real time. "I couldn't even get into the client dashboard this morning," she muttered. I forgot the password." "You forgot," I repeated quietly. "Like you forgot how much of your life depends on me." Tears welled in her eyes, but I felt nothing except a dull, tired ache. "I never wanted to make you feel small," she whispered. Everyone always talks about having strong husbands who lead, who command attention. And you're different." "I'm not your stereotype," I said. "I'm not loud or commanding or controlling. But I built your comfort. Every single piece of it. You mocked the hands that held you up." Her voice cracked. "Please, Ethan, don't leave." I didn't realize what I was saying. I walked past her into the bedroom. My clothes were still where I left them, folded neatly. My small act of order in her chaos. I packed quietly, feeling her eyes on me, her breathing uneven. "You can't just walk out like this," she cried. "We built a life." "No," I said, meeting her gaze for the first time. "I built you a life. You just lived in it." The silence that followed was suffocating. She tried to touch me, but I stepped back. For the first time she looked small, not in stature but in certainty. Her arrogance had shattered. "I can change," she whispered desperately. "I swear I can." "I hope you do," I said, picking up my bag. "But you'll have to do it without me." I left before she could answer. As I drove away, I caught a glimpse of her through the window, collapsing into the chair, face buried in her hands. It hurt more than I wanted to admit. Despite everything, a part of me still loved her. But love can't survive mockery. Respect is its oxygen, and she'd suffocated it. Later that week, she texted me. "I didn't realize how much you did until you stopped doing it. No apology could fix it. You can't unhear the laughter of someone who sees your love as servitude." That night, I stood on the balcony of my new apartment, city lights flickering below. Felt strangely free. Not victorious, just awake. Sometimes, the cruelest betrayals aren't the ones that involve other people. They're the ones that twist love into ridicule and call devotion weakness. Melissa learned that the hard way. By morning, she realized her entire existence had been balanced on the quiet strength of the man she mocked. And me. I finally stopped being someone's pet. Became my own person again.